Hey, what's up Guardians, TBL here, and today I woke up to a beautiful 2.5 gigabyte update file, and then this wonderful message right here on Destiny for the PlayStation 4. Surprise, surprise Guardians, the Crucible has now been unlocked. That's right, my level 32 Guardian is finally eligible to join the Crucible. I have no idea why that showed up, but what I do know is that Weapon Patch 1.1.1 has finally gone live. That's right, today is Thursday, February 26th, and the Weapon Patch has finally gone live, and we are going to be very quickly going over it and covering some of the biggest changes that it's brought. And as you can see, we're at the tower here now. We're going to be, first and foremost, showing off a couple of new things. There is a big new change for your character, so we're going to be taking a look at that before grabbing some weapons and heading out into the wild. Alright, now one of the first things you might notice is that when you inspect your character and head over to the inventory screen, you'll see something a little bit different up at the top near your Vanguard and Crucible marks. This is the all-new reputation bar. That's right, you can finally check your faction reputation. From right here in your inventory, there is no longer a need to head all the way back to the tower or to use the Bungie app for it. Although that is not a non-endorsement of the Bungie app. If you guys are Destiny players, the Bungie app is a fantastic way to keep track of all your stuff. Personally, I use it on my phone all the time. But that is enough of that. Let's get into the meat and cheese of this video, the weapon updates. Hold up, but first off, if we're gonna go weapon testing, we gotta look good for it. Let me switch back to that nice Thunder Devil. Ooh, there we go. Looking good, baby. But alright, let's talk a little bit about the weapon changes. Now, of course, the big positive change in patch 1.1.1 is the major buff to pulse rifles. Pulse rifles got a nigh 10% base damage increase, putting their damage output ranges on comparable levels to that of scout rifles and auto rifles. And believe me guys, this is absolutely huge. As you can see, we've got the Bad Juju here. We're set up in Crota's End on normal mode against all level 32 enemies. And we're going to see how this high rate of fire, low impact pulse rifle handles these hive. This gun tears them up. I have yet to max this gun out, but it is sitting at a total of 307 attack and pushing out 310 base damage for precision headshots on these red bar enemies. And when you activate String of Curses, that damage jumps up to 357. Now again, these are numbers from a non-maxed out Bad Juju, so that DPS will be even higher once I get it up to 331. Now I have used it a little bit in the Crucible since the patch went live, and oh man, it evaporates people way faster now, especially over range. It kind of makes me shudder to think what a higher impact pulse rifle like the Red Death is going to be like in PvP now. Flaunt it if you've got it, Guardians. Alright, now the next big positive change is the major buff to shotguns. As we reported in a previous video, shotguns got a 100% damage increase, basically multiplying the base damage that it outputs by 2. This increase only affects PvE and was honestly what shotguns needed. As you can see here, I've got that mighty Fellwinter's Lie. I did wind up getting it through the Iron Banner, and overall this thing is an absolute monster. It's got a decent amount of range, a maxed out impact stat, and with this 2x damage bonus, it destroys everything in PvE. Solar burn weeks, here we come. For some more comparative testing, I headed over to the Vault of Glass to say hello to everybody's favorite, Mr. Praetorian. Utilizing the legendary Void Raid shotgun, the Swordbreaker, I was able to absolutely wreck this thing. As you guys saw, one shot destroyed that Praetorian shield, and the following shots made short work of that yellow bar health. I tell you, this is going to be an absolute lifesaver for people who like to cave cheese the Nexus. I tell you what, that Minotaur who pops up behind you is going to be in for an unpleasant surprise. Alright, now that we've talked about all of the wonderful buffs to shotguns and pulse rifles, we have to talk a little bit about the nerfs. Now, starting us off, hand cannons did get a fairly significant nerf to their range. No longer will you be reliably out-sniping snipers on the shores of time, using nothing but a Thorn, Timur's Lash, or a Hawkmoon. Yeah, those days are probably behind us. I will say I am gonna miss that. I did prefer hand cannons in the Crucible. Now additionally, the big bad nerf of this patch is the one that hit auto rifles, and oh boy did it hit them hard. In both PvE and PvP, auto rifles got a significant nerf to their base damage. And in the case of some of the high impact ones like the Suros Regime, Vanquisher, and the Shadow Price, they got hit with like a 15% damage reduction. It is absolutely huge. You auto rifle users are definitely going to be feeling that out there. And now I'm a bit mixed on that nerf. Auto rifles are supposed to be my good old reliable, jack of all trades sort of weapons, good at everything. And this nerf really only makes them super duper useful at close to mid-range. Anything beyond that, and I find it's pretty easy to be outperformed, and even at close range, most people are just going to whip out a shotgun and blow you away anyways. So yeah, I'm kind of a mixed bag of emotions on that one. You guys let me know how you feel about those nerfs in the comment section below. But finally, we have the big nerf that came to fusion rifles, and man did they get hit hard. The conal spread of coils from a fusion rifle's burst has been widened basically, meaning you have a better chance to hit more enemies with a single fusion burst, but less of a chance to get all of those burst hits on one enemy, resulting in a one-hit kill. It's about time. Also, fusion rifles along with shotguns have had their starting ammunition and PvP lowered, so basically you've just got less rounds to start the fight with. And now the last little bitty surprise that patch 1.1.1 brings will bring a manly tear to your eye. As you can see here, we're back in Crota's Inn, got myself a full stock of heavy, and you know what? We're about to go alpha mode. We're going in on Crota right now. They say you only live once, but we're guardians, so you know that ain't true. So I don't see the harm in going mano a mano with the big man himself. Ooh, why you backing up, Crota? What you scared of? Come on, son. We got that full hunger of Crota, and we are, never mind. Well, maybe there was a better way than that to make this point, but now, finally, the glitch that caused heavy ammo loss every time you died is no more. As you can see, we're finally respawning in here, and we still have 6 full shots of Hunger of Crota, 0 heavy loss. This has been a problem plaguing fire teams since the onset of Destiny. It's been one of the primary reasons why we all scrounge for Xur's heavy ammo scent sales. But finally, heavy ammo loss is no more. Rejoice, Guardians. Bungie did the thing. But alright, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk to you guys about weapon-wise in terms of patch 1.1.1. There is, of course, a lot more to cover, and we will be talking about it in coming days. One of the biggest changes is now the weekly mission, not the Nightfall, but the weekly mission has matchmaking. You can essentially no longer solo it, which kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. We'll talk a little bit about it later. But alright, that will about wrap up this video, guys. If you like what you saw here, do feel free to check out my channel, where we will have a ton more Destiny content coming out soon. Anyways, that's it for me now. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty. Now get out there, stop losing heavy, and start leveling up those pulse rifles. Crucible, here we come.